wheelchair owner of Symphony Rehabilitation and registered physiotherapist. And today I just wanted to talk with you a little bit about physiotherapy, a little bit more about what we do within our profession and then as well as in our clinic as well. You may or may not be surprised at the number of times we hear in a week about people who come in and go, I had no idea physiotherapy could help with this, or I wish I had known this 2 years ago instead of living with these symptoms, that I'd known that help was there and that physio could have helped me. So I want to share a little bit about that today, generally about what our profession does, and then a little bit more specifically some of the niche areas of our profession, and then what we do within the clinic too. So I'm going to try not to go on for too long, but here we go. So physiotherapists in general, we are healthcare professionals. We play a huge role in health promotion and treatment of injury and disease, and we're kind of branching more into that huge role of injury prevention as well. Our goal is always to keep you moving as pain-free, as long and healthy and independently as possible so that you can get the most out of your quality of life. And I think that stands true for every physiotherapist that's out there. Our goal is always to have you being able to participate in the things you love to do, okay? So in terms of physio specifically, we have a knowledge and an understanding of the body. We understand how it works. We understand how it moves. We understand how things work together to generate an outcome or a movement. We also have an understanding of different disease pathologies and injuries and what those diseases or injuries can do to the body and how they affect muscles and ligaments and bones and movement and pain and all that stuff. And so we use all that knowledge to treat you. So you come into a physiotherapist and you see a physiotherapist and you get that assessment. We go through your history, we go through what the issues are, and we come together to form a treatment plan that's individualized for you. Okay? In general, if you're going to go really general, physiotherapy can help you improve alignment, improve muscle activation, improve balance, improve strength, decrease pain, if I haven't just said that already, improve your range of motion, get you moving more efficiently, all those sorts of things. Help you get back into exercise, not even exercise, but just back into movement if it's something you haven't done in a long time for one reason or another. Okay, so we're always working on getting you moving and keeping you strong as we can. And that's any physiotherapist. The difference is that physiotherapy is a huge, huge scope of practice. So as students, when we were in physio school, we either graduated, depending on when we graduated with a bachelor's degree in physiotherapy, or we've now graduated with a master's degree in physiotherapy. After that, the therapist gets to choose which way they want to tailor their career and their continuing education. Physiotherapy is a massive scope of practice, and there's no way that one person can do everything. It's just not possible. So at our clinic, if I had to put a really broad title on the types of therapists we have at our clinic, we have neurological physiotherapists, and that's where I would put myself, and we have orthopedic physiotherapists. And what that really just means is it means that the education you've done after has really helped shape the lens at which you treat someone that comes into the clinic. So I still treat people with shoulder aches and pains and low back pains and calf strains and stuff like that, but sometimes it's just the way I look at them through a different lens. I look at the way I look at their movement and how things are being processed, and the way I use my hands differently to get movement is a bit different versus an orthopedic therapist who's going to look at it, their knowledge of individual joint mechanics and movement, and same thing on how it all pieces together is fabulous, but we all just have a little bit of a different lens that we look at. That's why you have a choice of who you see for physiotherapy. Okay? Within our practitioners, within our therapists at our clinic, this is where you get into kind of the other snippets and areas of physio. So at our clinic, we have neurological rehabilitation, and so that's where we work with people who are recovering from stroke or Parkinson's or MS or brain injury and working on those sort of things. We have a bit more of an understanding of those pathologies and how to work around them and the neuroplasticity of the brain and that piece of it. We have concussion rehabilitation. Concussion rehab is a huge multidisciplinary kind of role on all the different facets and factors that affect rehab from concussion, but physio can play a huge role in that from our team members as well. We do vestibular rehabilitation. We have chronic pain treatments. We have pelvic health physiotherapy, and this is the one that a lot of people don't know that we can help with at all. That's issues with kind of incontinence and prolapse. Pediatric physiotherapy, whether you have a young son or daughter with a neurodevelopmental issue, a musculoskeletal issue, cognitive delay, or your son's a soccer player and strained his hamstring and that sort of thing. So pediatric physio, we do IMS and acupuncture and orthopedic. And so when I say orthopedic, that's typically where people's brains like to go when we think of physiotherapy. And so that's your rehabbing from an injury or a muscle strain or a sprain, or you want to get back out onto that field, or aches and pains and that sort of thing. So it's a massive scope. And with our clinic in Symphony, we have delved into some of those more niche areas to kind of serve those populations that aren't always able to find care. And so those are typically the populations where we hear that, I wish I had known that physiotherapy could help with this. And so now you know, those are a couple areas that physio can help with that people don't always think of. And so we do them here in Nanaimo. There are other clinics as well. And the best thing is to just search in your local community if you need to and ask around, because we can help as a profession for those sorts of things, okay? So there's a little bit physiotherapy in general. We are your movement specialists. We are always striving to keep you moving forward and working towards your goals, maximizing your potential so that you can participate in the things that you love to participate in. And we all have our individual skill sets to kind of help you do that. So next time I'll go into a little bit more about what each of the services are that we do and explain them in a bit more detail. But for now, have a fabulous day.